What's up, everybody? It's your boy Corey, and I got some more Nintendo Switch news for you. A price and release date from a Laura Kate Dale. She has released more information before, and it's been pretty much accurate since she's been releasing information. So she's a trusted source. The article I'm reading this off of is Express. It's a UK article. The first thing, the price is she's coming out with $300, which we already kind of knew. There was a rumor about 2 months ago that I reported on that it was $250, and then there was a bundle for $300. So this is exactly what we thought. She also has the possible UK release date, which will be March 17th, which, give or take a couple days, the US would be right there. So we're looking at mid-March for the release of the console. She also, I guess, announced, but it hasn't been confirmed, some games in the lineup for the launch. One that she doesn't know if it's going to be a launch title, but she's expecting a teaser trailer at the presentation on January 12th is Beyond Good and Evil 2. I really didn't play the first one. It wasn't really my cup of tea, I guess. But I know that was like a cult classic. It didn't do very well in like selling wise, like amount of units it sold, but a lot of people consider that one of the better games in the last 15 years, I think. And the other game that she kinda announced, but she can't really, is a whole new IP. So most likely it's gonna be first party. If it's not first party, it's gonna be like a studio that does Nintendo games only. That's what I'm guessing. I would doubt a third party dev would go, oh, we're gonna make an exclusive just for your console, console that comes after the worst console ever sold in North America, like 13 million units or it's up to 14 million for the Wii U over 4 years. There's no third-party game developer that's gonna go, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a game just for your platform. It's just not gonna happen. The next thing is that the teaser for Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be a CGI teaser, so it's probably not gameplay. So that's kind of giving us a hint that it's in development, so it probably isn't going to be a launch title, but at least we know if it's going to be there that it's going to have it. So that's going to be a third party game that Nintendo's actually going to have. There was more news about the dev kits. They released dev kits in July, apparently, that didn't have built-in Ethernet, which means that there's a good chance that this console will be Wi-Fi only, which is retarded because Wi-Fi is not to the point where there isn't any lag. There's still a lot of lag that comes with playing on Wi-Fi. So I don't really understand their decision there, but they also released October dev kits to like bigger devs like Activision and those type of developers or publishers, and those had Ethernet ports. So it might just be the fact that the older ones just didn't have it, but on press and public demo units, those also don't have Ethernet ports. So no one really knows if there's going to be or if there's not going to be. It would be really dumb for them to not have an Ethernet port. Like, you have to support online play and not just through Wi-Fi. Like, I get that it's gonna have to have some form of Wi-Fi just because it's a handheld unit and you can take it to places that have Wi-Fi and still play online. But when it's docked, people want Ethernet. They want to have the littlest amount of lag possible, and they're not going to get that with Wi-Fi. It's just not going to happen. We're not to that point. And even routers and Wi-Fi chips that are the best and you barely notice any lag whatsoever, they're not going to be in a $250, $300 unit. Those chips cost themselves like 50, 60 bucks. So like that would be 1/5, 1/6 of the entire unit. No. Also, the difference in power between the October and July dev kits is apparently very great. Like, there was the definite difference between the power. So the Digital Foundry that came out like last week, and they said this is what the Nintendo Switch is running at, and it seems very underpowered, even for the chip that it has inside, because it just doesn't make any sense, especially docked. It wasn't running the chip at its max potential, even though it's the same size as the Nvidia Shield, probably has a little bit better cooling, if not the same cooling as the Nvidia Shield. So they just didn't understand. Well, this might be it. They might have been seeing clock speeds and stuff like that from the July dev kit, where the October dev kit actually is running at a higher clock speed and has more power. Now, is it gonna make a huge change? Like, was it an Tegra X2 chip that was just downclocked in the July kit and now it's running to its full potential in October? Or is this still the Maxwell Tegra X1 chip that nobody really wants because it's already underpowered for this year? Like, once everybody found out that it's probably the X1 chip or like a custom version of it, everybody went, what are they doing? They're doing it again. They're having an underpowered console, not like by a little bit, but by a lot. And people just didn't understand their thinking around it. And maybe now we're seeing that maybe it is the Tegra X2 chip or a custom version of it, and it was just downclocked for the July dev kits, and now the October dev kits would be the ones running at full power. And maybe we're gonna be pleasantly surprised, or it's just information that really doesn't change a thing. I'm hoping for the first one where we're gonna be pleasantly surprised that maybe they pull it out of their ass and have a Tegra X2 chip, and it'll be on par with the PS4, maybe a little underpowered, but when it's docked, they'll be competing with PS4, and they'll get all the third-party games, because that's what they really need. This console won't go anywhere if it doesn't have Call of Duty or Battlefield or Rainbow Six Siege. If you don't have those type of games, Dragon Age Inquisition, I know that game already came out, but if you can't have those type of games on your console because it just can't run it, devs aren't gonna make games for you, and then you're gonna be stuck just like the Wii U with a bunch of first party games, which are great, but people are fucking tired of. So I'm really hoping Nintendo really pulls one out and like goes, see, you guys were worried about something for nothing. Also, this really doesn't bother me, but the Virtual Console Library, she came out and said that most likely everyone's going to be disappointed because she is getting reports that it's very few at launch titles that are going to be in the Virtual Console. So if you're into that and you want to play old Wii and Wii U games or GameCube games, I think they just announced you're not going to be able to do it, or you're not going to have very much selection, so that might piss you off. And the last little bit of news that she came out with was that she expects 3 exclusives, but she can't guarantee. She's expecting 3 to be at the presentation on January 12th, but she can't guarantee it. And one of them is a third-party exclusive, and it's an RPG. It's a rabbit's RPG. It's those stupid bunny looking fucking things that honestly I hate with a passion, so like I'm not looking forward to it at all. But you know, at least we all know that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be there for Nintendo Switch, so that at least we know one game for sure. But that's all I got for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Let's get this over and done with quickly. Better you're not seen here.
Let's see what you're taking home. I've not seen one of those in a while. Not in that condition anyway.
You bring me nothing, you